Hi guys, Jody here from Our Creations. I hope everyone's doing good. It is Saturday morning here in northern Alberta, so I figured I would spend some time at my craft table before I get on with the rest of the day's tasks. And so here I am. I hope everyone's doing good, and we'll get started. So last time we worked on these pages, and I have not had a chance to go back and finish the pages, but I thought we'd do some more work in this and kind of get it finished up, and then next time hopefully I can show you the finished project. But I know I do want some pockets in here. We have the center pocket. I will be adding some other pages in here, possibly some more stamping just to decorate it. I do have some pages set aside I haven't put in here yet. So today we're going to do some pockets. I'm going to use some of the scraps I have. I'll also use some other pages from the books. I'm hoping that those are going to give me more scraps so that I can make some scrappy embellishments, little mini ones like this, to decorate the pockets that we do today. So maybe I will pop on and do those with you online as well. We'll see how time goes. But that's my intention, is to cut down the pockets, giving me scraps to then decorate these little bits and pieces. All right, so I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to bring over the paper cutter. Hopefully, I don't think that this will be in screen. Maybe, we'll see. And I'm going to start with these scraps that I have. I did measure. This will make a nice tuck, so I'm going to stick this aside. But this piece here, it would make a nice pocket. And I did measure, and the pockets are going to need to be about 3 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut this down to 3 inches, and then we'll test it. That doesn't look right. Does not look right. So we'll bring this over here again. And yes, it's 3.5. 3.5 inches is what we're wanting. Okay, so 3.5 inches is there. And then we'll cut this one down as well. So with these, I can use them both the same, or I can flip one around. So there's 2 little small pockets, and if I can find it in my mess, I'll bring over my circle punch, and we'll get those punched right away. Okay, there's those. Now we'll just set this aside. Oops, I forgot to lock it. Set this aside, and we'll go through the book and pick out another sheet. So tomorrow, I am going out for a little bit. Myself and some of the girls from work are going to, it's called Farm to Family, and it's a family that has a farm. This one's actually quite nice, and they obviously raise beef, and they're known for their garlic, and it looks almost like a little farmer's market. It has jams and jellies by the looks of it. So we're gonna go there and have a gander, see what we can find. I just want to see. This would make a cute tall pocket, and I think I could almost get it in, because that would be 3.5. So we can cut it. I'm going to put this aside. This is a maybe. What's in the back? I do like the back. Is that as well? Now, is this the one that we used? we use this one? Oh, I think we use that one for the cards. I find with this paper it's so hard to choose. So this is the one I use for the cover, so we're going to put that aside. We're not going to use that one again. This one's kind of neat. So possibly that. Which way does this go? I like that for a tall pocket as well, but I hate, they just make really good covers when they're on that side. But maybe we'll cut this down for a tall pocket. What is the height? We should check that. So we can almost go 6 inches. So we did 6 inches from the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna use that as a tall pocket because this will make really good back, gives us a big variety for doing our little scrappies. Okay, so we'll do this one. And this I'm going to just keep to cut up. So we'll start with those 3 sheets and see what we can come up with. All right. So I'm going to bring the paper cutter back over. Hopefully we'll get it somewhat in frame. And we'll start with this one. So I'm going to start it, we want 3.5. So I'm going to start by cutting it at 3.5. And we said 6, right? I go 6.5, maybe? Let's see what that looks like. That'll take almost a full page. So this will be good for when if I put a music paper or something in. All right, so there's one done, and that's not going to take much decorating. Maybe I'll just stitch around it, do some inking. There won't be much for that one. Okay, so let's move to this one, and we're going to cut this one down at 3.5 as well. So we have a tall one, and we have 2 short ones. We don't necessarily need 2 short ones. So we could cut this one down and do like a triple pocket. So this is going to be 3. So maybe do this one, what did I do, 6.5. Let's do this one at 6.5 as well. No, let's take off 3. Let's see, 2.5. Let's take off 2.5 because that will give us a pocket with this design that matches that one. And then it gives us a long piece that we can make into a triple pocket. So we'll cut this down to 3.5 as well. 3.5. And we'll take 2.5 off of here. And we'll make that into a pocket. do it this way. Make sure the writing's up. Okay. So that gives us one tall pocket, a double pocket. And now if we do we can do a diagonal one. Let me just get these thumb holes done up first. We wanna, actually I probably wanna do all three of those. I'm gonna do the top as one as well. So we'll get them all lined up. Possibly does not want to go through. Let's try this. Oops, there we go. And then I just need to clean up this one. Okay. So there you go. And I'm going to do it so that there's very little overlap because I don't want the bulk. Okay. This one is going to need a thumb hole as well. Okay. So there we go. Set those aside and we'll bring in what we have left. So this is going to be good for our little pieces. What size is this? That's 3.5, so that could be a nice side pocket. But it would have to be this one. This is the other page we haven't touched. Okay, I think we'll cut this one down. We're gonna use this one because I can't use that back anyway for anything else. It's plain, so we're gonna cut this down to 3.5. Gives me another scrap for the back. And we'll do this one take off 3 inches again. Take off 3 inches so I can use that as a pocket elsewhere. And then we'll do this one at 3 inches. I'm going to do this side because I want to keep that writing. We'll take off 3 inches here because I think that'll save the butterfly. It does. And what did I do here? I did that at 4. It was supposed to be at 3.5. That's better. And I really want to save that butterfly. I'm going to save this as a journaling card. I'll probably have to cut it down, but I like that, and I think it'll look really nice with just something here. So we're going to put that aside, And we're going to cut another piece. We're going to cut this at, so this is, what is this at? That's at 5. So we'll cut this at 5. We'll cut it at 3.5. And then we're going to cut it at an angle. And that will be our side pocket. This we can then make into a top tuck. That's 3 inches. Right? We can decorate that and we'll save that. And if we wanted to, we can then take the red and come back in with a little what do you call it? Tuck at the bottom. Okay, so that's going to give us, I'm just going to move this aside. That's going to give us quite a few different pieces to decorate, because we have that pocket, we're going to have the top tuck, could use some lace on the bottom. We're going to have this tall pocket, which again could maybe have a tuck at the bottom. We'll see. We got some individual pockets, and then we have this triple pocket. So we'll put those aside. I will build those off camera because I have to do all the inking, and I don't think you guys want to watch me do all the inking, so we won't do that. But I am going to bring these in, and I'm going to show you. This will make a good journaling card. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to show you what I do to make my little pieces. And I should have done this before I moved the paper cutter, so I'm going to bring that back in, and I'm going to trim these down. I want little small pieces. The longest I want them really is 3.5 really. So this one's 4.5. So if we just cut this down 4.5, kind of roughly in half, watching your fingers because I have cut myself doing this before. Just cutting little bits and pieces that we're going to put back together in some sort of fashion. You can do this with scissors. I do not cut straight. So, but like I said, I have cut myself just recently. So you do want to be careful of what you're doing. And they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfect at all. And we'll ink them and they'll start to look different. And if we need to, we'll bring in some other papers. And for these ones, I don't think I'm going to use my mini attacher. I want them quite flat. So I think I'm going to use my glue. I was going to do these strips going the other way, but I didn't. All right, so I'm going to get these bases done, and then I will decorate them with little things that I have in my pot. Whoops. I'm so very sorry. I knocked you guys completely off. I apologize. Hi guys, I think when I knocked the camera, I knocked you off kilter and stopped the camera, so I'm not quite sure where we were at, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to put these videos together. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna use a little bit of glue. I say a little bit as the tongue comes pouring out to glue these together. I'm probably gonna stitch them a little bit, so I'm not too worried about them holding. Although that one with the amount of glue I put in is going to hold forever. I don't know what's wrong with my glue. It's just going everywhere. Just give me a second, guys, while I clean up this pile. All the best laid intentions, and it's gone south. I have glue everywhere. All right, so hopefully once I get rid of this glue, it'll be a little bit better. But I have glue everywhere. Oh my goodness, guys. Today's the day of the glue issues. Oh man. Okay. It is still volcanoing out. I've had this issue with my Fabri-Tac. I've never had this issue with Elaine's tacky glue before. Okay, so we're just gonna put that one aside. I'm gonna clean up my glue again, and we are going to move on. Forget that happened. Okay, so wow, it's just really throwing me off now. All right, so that's gonna be okay for a height. We can go, I don't know if you guys can see that because it's so similar, but we can go this distance. So we can do something a little bit different here. That's too similar in height. Okay. We can do it's definitely one of those days that I am struggling. Struggling with absolutely everything. All right, just move this in so I can visualize it a little bit better. Like I say, we're gonna have to add some lace to this or something to make it pop, but I could go with something like that. I need something a little taller on that end, I think. So I can go with that. See, it's very similar. It's kind of like the same layout basically over and over and over and over and over again until you put whatever it is that you're going to put on top. So just do this. Hopefully we'll just have a little bit of glue this time. Now it won't come out. I think this is when you say it's time to quit today. Turn off the camera and try and get things sorted, because it's really challenging today. Okay, just a little bit here. Okay guys, I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to go fix my glue. I'm going to finish off these scrappies, get them done, and then I will hopefully join you in a little while to put them together in the book and get that finished off. Sorry about this video today, guys. It's been one of those days. So in the meantime, take care. Hope you will subscribe and give me another chance, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.